In this video, I'm going to introduce you to one really exciting tool that can help you to make your presentations feel like a breeze. In my previous video, I have showed you how I created really powerful visualization in case you need to present to either executives or even to your investors. And I've used the power of Canva, and I embedded those visualizations into Power BI. In this video, I'm going to show you how I use Canva and why it's one of the best tools to use on the market today. Okay, so now let me show you on my screen. So it's called canva.com. When you log in, you will have opportunities to build anything from PowerPoint presentations to even thumbnails for YouTube video, Instagram posts, Facebook posts, flyers. I mean, the choice is endless. And what it means is they're already setting up the frame to fit whatever the social media that you will be creating the design for. But before we proceed, I want to show you also the pricing. I personally have been using Canva for at least 5 years, and I'm actually signed up under the professional license because I do lots of images and I want to make sure that, you know, they are all royalty free. So under the pro license, if you are interested, it's only $120 a year, which is really actually feasible, especially when you'll see all the capabilities that this program offers. But you can just start for free and see, you know, how much of the design you are going to use. So now let's start a design. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a presentation. Okay, so you can find, either scroll down or you just input presentation. And as you can see, I know that I need it in these dimensions, 16 by 9. So I'll click on it. And immediately you'll be greeted with multiple designs. So you can pick and choose any design you wish. So for example, you can do something just on car industry. It will pop up. Look, you've got transportation, different designs, or you just can do, I don't know, education. It will already prompt you with a design that you can pick. But in our case, I'm using in Power BI, I'm doing a database on Tesla and electric vehicle market. So I felt I needed something more technologically kind of a theme. So I've chosen this one. And now you can start building just the base of the PowerPoint of the presentation. So I'll give you an idea. So you just need to pick any of the page on the left-hand side, and it automatically transforms to the other side. And then by hitting another page, then you can actually go in and pick another image that you wish to add. So for example, let's do one of these, and then so on. So you start slowly actually building out your presentation. And as my next image, maybe I would like to kind of combine two different styles. So what I like is also this. So that will be my third page. Then I love as another page to be this. I like to also show processes, something on the global level. And oh yeah, and then maybe as a final page. Oops, so now I've overwritten something. So all you do, you just can undo and then just open up another page, add this. So far I've selected kind of like 7 pages just to give you an idea. But now when you come in, now you've got an opportunity to set up your background pictures. If, for example, the same title is going to repeat over and over, you can do everything in Canva, and then later what you do, you can extract it, download it into either Microsoft PowerPoint or PDF. Anyhow you need it, it will allow you to do that. So for me, I wanted to create a presentation on the power of visualization for executives. So I'm going to choose, and I'm going to embed the name in here. So I'm going to do the power of visualization. for executives. Okay, like so. If you've got your own company logo, I actually got my own, so I'm just going to quickly include it into the as part of my elements, like so. So as you can see, I've used it so often and that I just love it. Okay, so now I'm just going to play with my logo here. I'm going to position it to the top right hand corner, like so. And I don't need this. And also, if you want to change the color of the font, all you do is just click here and then maybe pick the best color that you would like to use. Like so. Anything else? For Power BI, I'm going to leave more space here in case I want to update the title to be, let's say, something on specific, like on Tesla and electrical vehicles. So I always leave for myself enough space to add additional text in Power BI. But firstly, I'm just really thinking, okay, this can be my base for the background page when I insert it into Power BI. Okay, so I don't need this. So like so, and we can consider for this presentation to be for the first slide of the presentation to be completed. Also, while we are on the first page as well, I know that I'm going to be publishing this in YouTube for kind of education purposes. So I know I would like to also display the tools that I'm using in my presentation. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring in Power BI and also Canva. I'm going to position it here. So as you can see, not only I'm building this presentation for my pool of executives, you know, like in my normal business that I do business analytics, but also I'm in the meantime as well preparing it for launching it on a YouTube video. Okay, so my first page is done. For my second page, I'm going to use this slide. And why I want to use it is it's going to be just purely, I'm going to list all the benefits of the power of visualization. So I have researched something from EY, and I'm now going to insert it into this blog. So let me just first tidy this up. I'm going to remove everything. All you do is just highlight the object and click delete, and it disappears for you. So for this page, I'm going to insert the text that I want it to come here. Okay. Like so. So I'm going to just move the title around, and this is just really so cool about this tool. You can just click anywhere on the box and you can move it around on the slide. Okay, so you can easily reposition everything how you wish. And now let's just input the title. Of course, it's really big, so we are going to now reduce the font right here. Just click here. And let's make it maybe 32. We can go a little bit bigger. And we can also split it across 3 lines. And then I would like to change my font to be this. Now let me see, maybe I'm going to just move this slightly down so it doesn't conflict with my brand. And this is it, you know, slide 2 is done. And now let's move on to slide 3. Okay, so my slide 3, what I'm going to do is I want to use this design to analyze the electric vehicle market. So first of all, I'm going to rename the title. I want it to be called EV Market Cap. I don't need this image, but I would like to bring in one of my images that is about Tesla. Okay, and then look at this as well. So right now my image has actually black background, but you can remove it just by editing the image. And all you do, just click on the background remover. This is only available with the Pro license, but let's see how quickly it does that. And it's just amazing. Look at that. So it nicely fits in. I don't need this. I know that I will be embedding live KPIs using actually Power BI DAX and the calculation directly in Power BI. So I'm going to remove these numbers. I know as well that I need to provide the resource links to my data. So I'm just now going to update it. Okay, so I'm going to just rename this to EV market, and then this will be Tesla market share. Okay, so I know I will bring in the KPIs later on, and then also I want to include the resources from EY later on as well. And right here, okay, I don't need this as well, so we can actually remove it. And then maybe in the middle I want to put some kind of a title, and I'm going to just bring a title called electric vehicle. So you just insert it, and again another page is completed. Now let's move on to our third slide, which is going to be about the ranking of the vehicles. So far we have created the introduction page, something about the statistics for our slide 2. Then we have already prepared kind of a summary about the EV market cap. And the next page I'm going to leave intentionally free. So what I'm going to do is just going to pick up one of the images, and I'm just going to kind of leave it blank. So I'll give you an example. Let me go back to the templates, and I'm just going to pick something that just can stand on its own in the background, like so. And I can just copy maybe design from here, but all I do, I'll just remove all these bits and pieces. So this basically background, I'm just going to keep it in case I want to bring another image but directly into Power BI. So this would be just a spare example to use for the background. But before we forget, I'm going to copy and embed my my logo. Okay, so we are prepared. So we've already done nearly 5 slides. So my next slide is going to be like really powerful, and that is going to tell us what is the market share of electric vehicles by country. So as you can see, this slide is already given to you with numbers, and also with some countries then or continents that you don't need to cover. So what I do is now I know that my data set includes Canada, US, UK, Germany, Israel, and China. So I just need to now play with the images and position them into the right geographical areas. Okay, so firstly, I remove all the numbers. Okay, and I'm going to make sure that they are small enough but impactful enough for us to use it. Okay, like so. Okay, then I can use maybe this bigger one for the US. Okay, like that. And then I'm going to use one for the UK. So UK is right here. I don't want to make it too small, but again, this is just an example how well you can set up images and move them around, because honestly sometimes you can spend so much time in presentations. And then so I've got UK. Now I need one for Germany, so I can just copy and paste again. So Germany will be somewhere here. I can do another one closer to Israel. Let me remove this. Now I can just copy this one here. Okay, so now I have repositioned everything. So now I just want to prepare my slides. So I'm in control kind of the title and the numbers, so I'll bring them in through Power BI. So remember, this is going to be your background settings, because I know in the future or in the close future, I don't need to add more countries because these are my key countries on which, I'm going to be reporting on. Okay, and that's it. Look, some of these visualizations, you can move them around if you wish to, show it more of it. But I'm fine with this. Okay, so another slide just completed. My next slide is going to be relevant to the ranking of the ranking of the manufacturers in the electric vehicle market. Like so, okay. Again, if you wish to change the color, you can do so as quickly as this. Okay, so we've got that. And then I know I'm going to be using Power BI to dynamically populate the names of the latest manufacturer that is ranking the highest. So I know that this can disappear. So the only one that I'm removing are the text. Okay, and now we've got another slide already prepared. Okay, as my next slide, I'm going to add this. Okay, let me just rename the title. I'm going to change the colors. Perfect. And then in here, I'm going to use Power BI to embed some of the text in here, so we can remove all these. Okay. Like so. That's it. Another slide completed. And now let's move on to the next. Okay, in my next slide, I know that I will be presenting on the tool for Power BI. So let me go to one of these choices. Let's see what's on offer. So as you can see, you can really mix and match different style of presentations, and they are still very cohesive between different themes. Okay, so here what I'm going to do is, I like the image, I'll keep it. I know that I'm going to be talking about Power BI as a tool. I know that I like the font to be nice and yellow. Because I'm talking about Power BI, I'm going to bring in the logo, and I've got something from Microsoft specifically somewhere. Okay, so I'll just bring the image here. So I've got Microsoft right here. And I can leave the narratives here because really this is for YouTube purposes, this slide specifically, where I'm going to be mentioning that I'm using Power BI as my secondary tool, where really all the canvas images will be embedded into the background of the page. Okay, in my next page, I'm going to be showing my followers the process. So let me find the process right now. Let me just get rid of some extra pages that we are not going to be using. Like so, this is done. I don't need this. So I need just one more step, one more presentation that will be on process flow, and it's this one. Actually, let's not overwrite anything. Just be careful. Okay, perfect. So in here, I know that I would like to show everyone like my process, how I build my presentations from start to finish. And it's going to be just in a very, very simple steps. So of course I use first identifying the data source, and you need to clean it, load it, and then transform it. Then let me just finish this off. Then in step 2, I will be, of course, extracting and designing all my visualizations using Canva. Okay. In the step 3, we'll be using Power BI, which is the Microsoft Power BI tool. And in the last steps, it's going to lead to preparation of the executive presentation like so. Okay. And in our closing, what we'll do is, just to shift this around, and just duplicate it. Okay, and now closing. I'm going to say thank you to you for watching. And in the closing slide, I'm going to be using just a small kind of thank you, and also telling you to check out all the below links, okay, like to Canva and to Power BI for those that have never used it before. We could go a little bit bigger. Go definitely bigger in here. Let's change the color. Actually, let me go into white color first. And then what I'll use for Canva, I use nice blue color. And for Microsoft Power BI, we'll use yellow color. So just for it to stand out. And then, of course, here you can use your YouTube or website or LinkedIn. Okay, so in my case, I'm going to use, of course, my YouTube image, bringing in my YouTube ID. Here, I'm going to add my website. And in the last one, I'm going to bring in my LinkedIn. Perfect. And this is it. Just so it took us maybe good, maybe 15 to 20 minutes to put everything together. But you've got powerful background, you know, for your website, for your PowerPoint presentation. So now the cool thing is not only you can use it for your Power BI, but also you can download it into Microsoft PowerPoint. And the really cool thing is when you download it to Microsoft PowerPoint, you can still move around with the images too. So it's not 100% embedded. And the downloading is fast as well. Honestly, this is the reason why I use Canva, because everything is fast, and yet the quality is exceptional. Okay, so now let's open our PowerPoint, and you will see how it looks. Okay. And even in here, you can start doing your presentations. If you don't want to use Power BI, or it's, you know, you don't have a use for it, you can actually come in and actually edit everything in here as well. So honestly, I love Canva, because by the time I would have done it here, switching between different themes, it's not as easy. Okay, so for me, what I would like to do is now in my second video, I'm going to actually take these background slides and start building out my Power BI. Okay, so I'll see you in my next video. Ciao.